Look all right. I hit screen it. It's going all right. Yeah, I muted me for now. He said, that's nothing. He said those are the backboards. Yeah, hoops. Yep. Me. Yep. Hello, sir. Hello and welcome once again to Whitensville Christian School, where the Crusaders boys varsity team will take on in league action the Nipmuc Warriors. Monday night, cold outside, but warm in the gym as the Dual Valley Conference play is getting started. I'm Jamie Walton. I'll have all the action for you on this live stream. The Nipmuc Warriors are part of the class this year of the Dual Valley Conference between the Warriors and the Hopedale Blue Raiders. Will probably be vying for the top spot, so this should be a really tough test as the very young Crusaders come in to this one. Down record is 0-3. They're 0-1 in the conference. They got beat pretty badly on Friday night here at home against Hopedale, only scoring 5 points in that first half. No points in the second quarter, so that got them off to a really rough start against the Blue Raiders. So they're 0-3, having also dropped the first two out of league conference games, Assabet and Uxbridge. So now that they're in the iron of the schedule, Hopedale, Nipmuc, Eventually Sutton as well. BMR is a little bit better this year. Douglas a little bit down, so that could be a winnable game. But these are going to be tough contests for an incredibly young Crusaders team. And not only one of the biggest challenges, not only are they already very inexperienced, but they had to play against Hopedale and now again against Nipmuc without their top sophomore, Gabe Dieters. Gabe will hopefully be back in a couple of weeks. He dislocated his kneecap, which he's done before, but that's a pretty painful thing. It just takes some rest and strength in the weight room to get him back. So they're without their top guys, so they're really playing. They're also without senior Dylan McAllister, who may come back at some point this season, but had a pretty major soccer injury in his knee. And so Micah Dieter is really the only one getting minutes right now for the Crusaders that has played significantly last year, coming off the bench for Coach Brady Badgham's team. So they're going to take their lumps in this one, as they did against Hopedale. But every single play is an opportunity for these young guys on Whitensville Christian to get experience, because next year and the year after is really what they'll be shooting for. But tonight, hopefully stay and play tough defense, and have got to be able to shoot well from the outside. Nipmuc, as I said, they come in 4-1. They destroyed the Sutton Sammies on Friday night, 66-41. So as we get ready for the starting lineups and national anthem. So they also beat pretty handily, did Nipmuc, Northbridge, Oxford, and Dover Sherborne. That was a pretty good game. But they came out on top of that one. Their only loss was to Millbury, which is a good program. They lost to them by 10. They're, of course, led by James McKinney, who McKinney, I feel like I've been announcing these games, announcing his name for like 6 years, but he's finally a senior, excellent player. He's been good for Nipmuc for a long time. He's their leading scorer for sure. Also leading rebounder. He had 29 versus Dover Sherborne. He had 13 boards the other night against Sutton, so really cleaning the glass.
Good evening and welcome to
Let's pause here and join Athletic Director Kurt Savage for starting lineups. Well, it looks like we had some trouble with the mic down there. It's causing all kinds of clamor. So Kurt Savage is going to go in the back, maybe get a new battery or a new microphone or something. So Nipmuc, while we're waiting, I'll fill you in. So James McKinney is their leading scorer and rebounder, but also a couple of very familiar names as well. Chase Kelly and Logan DeMarzo. All right, let's give it back to Kurt.
First for the Warriors, number 1, senior Chase Kelly. Number 3, a senior Alex Vanstrom. Number 5, a junior Ethan Cassidy. Number 21, a senior James McKinney. And number 23, a senior Logan DeMarzo. Nipmuc is coached by Jason Boston. Now let's give it up to your Whitesville Christian School Crusaders. Starting, number 2, a sophomore, Aiden Maloney. Number 3, a senior, Brady Gorman. Number 4, a sophomore, Ethan Curry. Number 12, a junior, Micah Dieters. And number 24, a sophomore, Tyler Rainbow. The Crusaders are coached by Brady Badgman, assisted by Dave Dieters and John Zoska. Our officials for tonight are Jerry DeRizzo and Ryan Doonan. Would you now please rise for the playing of our national anthem?
All right, so once again, I'm Jamie Welton. I'll be bringing you the boys varsity action today. The Crusaders of Whitensville Christian come in at 0-3. They have a real tough test against this very experienced, mostly seniors, Nipmuc Warriors, who are 4-1. Nipmuc is in the black uniforms, white numbers. They have the green trim. Of course, the Crusaders are in the classic white home uniforms. They're going right to left, and Nipmuc left to right on your screen. Micah Dieters with Gabe, of course, being out with that knee injury. His brother Gabe, Mike is going to have to pretty much be the big guy for Crusaders. He gets back the tip, and the Crusaders will start with the ball. They get it to Maloney, who will set up the offense. It looks like Nipmuc's in a man-to-man defense. Looked like zone at first. Curry almost loses it, but Maloney gets it back. Want to get a good shot here. Plenty on the shot clock, running their offense. Once again, without their star player, Gabe Dieters, they're going to have to go to his brother, Micah. Micah almost loses it, and Micah, good play by getting the ball back, and he's going to pick up a foul right away on Nipmuc. I think that's Consigli, that is. That's number 5, Eben Consigli, his first. Just getting started here. That'll give you a new 35-second clock, so Crusaders can kind of work their offense with Nipmuc being heavily favored in this matchup. You know, Coach Gorman just wants them to slow it down, get good shots. Ethan Curry goes right. Gorman, you know, he wants to get his shot. Dieters gets trapped a little bit, still goes up with it, no good. McKinney gets the rebound, and here comes Nipmuc for their first opportunity on offense, and that's DeMarzo to McKinney, and Micah Dieters is able to tie up McKinney. That's a possession arrow that's going to stay with Nipmuc, but good play by Micah Dieters. Gets the next possession arrow will be the Crusaders ball. Just getting started here, 7 minutes left first quarter. Nipmuc without a shot yet. Consigli setting up. You know they want to see McKinney get the ball down low. That's going to be instead a 3, rattles in and out. That was Chase Kelly. Good board by Micah. He finds Maloney. Maloney almost loses it, and then he does. McKinney ends up with it. It looked like Chase Kelly got a hand-in on there, Maloney, and wide open from 3 is Banstra. That, again with great rebound. Coach Brady Badgema is going to be relying heavily on his junior, number 12. That's Gorman off the side of the glass. McKinney clears it. Or that's not McKinney, sorry. Chase Kelly now has it. That was Logan DeMarzo. Ooh, throws it away. Looked like Chase Kelly was expecting his teammate to be in the corner. He was not, so another turnover. Now Nipmuc's going to put on a press. Really test these inexperienced ball handlers. And right away they get the steal. Consigli goes all the way to the hole. So that's going to be the hoop and the harm. So Consigli will get to the free throw line. That's the first foul for the Crusaders. That was Brady Gorman picked up that personal foul. So it's 3-0, 6 minutes left first quarter. Once again, this press is a really good idea, but they break it really well that time. Ethan Curry almost gets it stolen, but it'll stay with the Crusader basketball. Just wonder, what will the Crusaders do on offense without Gabe? Maloney fires, no good. Wide open shot, good shot. No good. Here comes Nipmuc, remember, who just destroyed Hopedale on Sutton on Friday. I agreed with the Crusader bench on that. It looked like McKinney got tied up again, but they call a foul instead, and they're going to get Micah Dieters. Dieters cannot get in foul trouble. Wide open from the corner is Chase Kelly for 3, 6-0 Nipmuc. They get to set up that press again. That gets it to Rainbow, Tyler Rainbow. He has Curry. wisely gets it back out with McKinney down there. It'd be tough. Curry fires, just rims out. Here comes Nipmuc with an early 6-0 lead. Chase Kelly again, this one in front of the rim, a little too far. The Crusaders gotta battle the glass on that. Instead, they let number 23, Logan DeMarzo, track down a long rebound. It's hard when it hits the front of the rim like that. It's hard to track that. So they get a second foul on Dieters. It's just what you don't want. And a layup right off the inbounds play by Logan DeMarzo makes it 8-0 with just over 5 to play first quarter. So Coach Badgema wants an early timeout to talk things over. My guess is he's going to be talking over the how to break this press, which, to be honest, they have the right press break on there. They just got to be a little bit more deliberate and careful with their passes. Use Micah in the middle, breaking that zone press. The real concern, though, as I mentioned before going to the timeout, Micah Dieters is got 2 early fouls. One of them looked a little cheap, and it's too bad because if he picks up an early third here in the first quarter, that means they're going to have to take. They'll as I said off the top, Micah's the only player right now with any varsity experience. A little bit. Brady Gorman is a little bit. He was on the team last year. Not much. With Gabe hurt, with Dylan McAllister hurt, it's pretty much relying on Micah to be the veteran presence out there, and he has 2 early fouls, so Micah's got to be very careful. He has the ball now. Looks like they switched up how they're going to really attack that zone in the middle. They got enough ball handlers. They got to get it over. Micah does. Gets to Curry. To Maloney. Just puts it up over McKinney's outstretched arm. Man, there's like a lid on that hoop, and it comes out. Here comes Nipmuc up 8-0. All the way to the hole. What a shot by Eben Consigli. Carried that like a football, and then he was able to put it in for Nipmuc's 10th point. 4.5 left. Nipmuc bench really going crazy. They need that one from Gorman. No good. Back iron. McKinney tracks it. Gets to Kelly. Kelly, almost throws it away. Then he does. Good job by Micah Dieters, and Gorman was able to scoop it up. They need to help Gorman out. He's got Dieters. They cross the half-court line. Still no score here for the Crusaders. Half of the first quarter. The scoring without Gabe in there is going to be rough. They only had 5 points against Hopedale. Oh, man, that's 3 on Micah. And Joey Tatuli is going to have to get some early minutes because now Mike is out. So this is really going to be tough for this Crusaders. Jump ball, though. That's going to possession area Whitensville Christian. So these young guys from the Crusaders, they're all sophomores except for Brady Gorman. Tatuli is not. He's a senior as well, so upperclassmen, but not a lot of varsity minutes for either of those guys. So just a great opportunity, especially for the young guys who will be around for quite a while. What the Crusaders need right now is a hoop, though. Maloney trying to break down the defense, gets it back out the rainbow. Fake, looks like they're in a bit of a zone, a little 2-3 matchup zone for BMR. Curry's going to fire from the corner. No good. Gorman over the back, but they said Brady Gorman knocked it out of bounds. So Nipmuc has a chance to go back in offense with an early 10-0 lead. Just over 3 to play here. We're in the first quarter on this Monday night. Looks like the Crusaders are going to go to a zone of their own. Kelly can't connect. Chase Kelly loves to shoot that free ball. He doesn't care how far out he is. So without Micah, Coach Badgema decided to, that hit off Brady Gorman's leg, the press bothering them. It's going to go back to Nipmuc. Good defense by Chase Kelly there. So it looks like they're staying in this 2-3 without Micah Dieters. Coach Badgerman doesn't love the zone if you've been following his teams over the years. Usually likes the classic man-to-man. But undermanned right now, he's going to have to go to a zone, and they're going to have to swarm on McKinney. That's going to be a 3-ball. It rims out. Chase Kelly gets it back. He goes baseline, off the glass and in. Chase Kelly. Boy, this is really giving him a hard time, this zone press. Mason Kirkpatrick, number 13, is the one that is heading off the bench for Nipmuc. He is the one that had that open look from 3. Here comes Rainbow. Rainbow, good under control play. Gorman's got to hit that one, and he does. A swish from Brady Gorman, 12-3. Nipmuc back in offense. Here comes Chase Kelly, the 2-3 zone with Tatuli in the center. McKinney, or that's not McKinney. Another big Logan DeMarzo, just going to give them a lot of height against this Crusader team. 14-3, 2 minutes left, first quarter. Gorman again almost gets it stolen. Coach Badgerman shouting out some instructions to Aiden Maloney, who needs to come a little bit closer and give help on that press. When Maloney gets it over half court. Like to see the ball in Rainbow's hands. He's under control. He's the one that got that open look for Gorman. Maloney from way deep. That's going to be, doesn't get the rim. Good track down by Tyler Rainbow. I'm not sure why they gave him a new shot clock on that, but they did. For 3. Love to see it. Maloney just shot up that air ball. A lot of guys would have been gun shy, but he fires away again, and he's got him. 14-6, keeping it within shouting distance. Crusaders only down 8. They're going to get Brady Gorman on the foul on that. I think that's going to be 2 on Brady. This DeMarzo is really getting them fits. You know, they're keying on McKinney, and they've done a good job on McKinney so far, but DeMarzo, who's at the line right now, is the one that's kind of giving them fits. He'll have 2. So McKinney makes the first of 2. There's 1:15 left, first quarter. 5 team fouls on the Crusaders. Just 1 Nipmuc. Nipmuc's going to bring Colton Kelby in, number 12. Going to give DeMarzo a break. Speaking of break, good press break there. Curry gets it. Gorman really wants to get that shot up, and he does, and he draws a foul. A couple of bodies go flying. Brady Gorman, I think, is going to get to the line for 2. Alex Banstra picks up his first personal, his second team foul on Nipmuc. So 16-6, 10-point lead. Given how undermanned the Crusaders are against a tough opponent tonight with no Gabe and now Micah on the bench. As Brady makes his first of 2, with Micah now on the bench with 3 early fouls. To only be down 9 with 1 minute left first quarter is actually kind of a victory. Off the back rim, crashing is Curry, and Maloney gets it now, just happened to bounce back to him. Gorman fires. No good. That would have been big. That would have brought him within 6. So here comes Nipmuc. Colton Kelly in there. Patrick. That's going to be Kelly. Good up fake. Flips it all the way back out to Jack Harvey. That's a 3-ball. That one was by Grady O'Meal, number 11. So Nipmuc going to their bench. Oh, it's too bad. Gorman's in disbelief. He had Tatuli in there, but Joey was not expecting that pass. So another turnover. Shot clock is pretty much off. So Nipmuc can hold for the last shot, up 9, see if they get something good. They have pretty much their bench in, so I'm trying to track some of these new guys. All the way to the hoop. Good drive by Grady O'Neal. Makes it 18-7, 3 seconds left. Tatuli steps out of, oh, carry. Okay, I thought maybe he stepped out of bounds, so. It was going to be a desperate heave anyway, so that'll do it for this. Nipmuc really just has to throw it in. And Nipmuc has an 18-7 lead. You can tell Coach Jason Goslin over there is using this as an opportunity to get some of his younger guys some minutes. He knows coming in that the Crusaders are young and experienced and undermanned. So it's an opportunity for him to get some of his younger guys who he'll be depending on next year more reps. So once again, coming in, Crusaders 0-3. They had a couple games before the big long Christmas layoff. Aspen at home, that was a pretty good game. They dropped that one, and then they got beat fairly convincingly on the road against Uxbridge, and then had a pretty long layoff. And in practice, Gabe Dieters hurt his knee, so he's hoping to be back. It's his kneecap. And he's done that before, so he's hoping to be back in a couple weeks, which would be nice. I talked to his older brother Caleb, who was on this team the last few years, but now in college, but here on break, and he said that he's hoping to get back for the Douglas game. That'd be a target, mainly just because Douglas is a winnable game for this Crusader team. Nipmuc, regardless of game, was going to be tough. I hand it to Crusaders. They're fighting hard. You know, they're Maloney a big 3. Brady Gorman got one. Rainbow and Curry have been doing have been distributing quite a bit. Nipmuc starts it. They're going left to right here as we begin the second quarter. They look down low. Good almost steal by Tyler Rainbow. Once again, Nipmuc has a lot of their bench as they were going down to number 22, Ben Graves, with McKinney not in the game right now, or so this is an opportunity for the Crusaders to do something because they're only down by 11. I said 9 earlier, sorry about that, 18-7. Never was the best math student. So they have an opportunity with a bench. Wow, it looked like Thule had a foul there, but they don't call anything. So 6 seconds on the shot clock. And they, once again, good shot by Grady O'Neal. O'Neal gets it to fall 20-7. Oh, and O'Neal gets to steal. Looks down low to Kelly. No good. Maloney fights for it. Who's going to get it? It's going to be Brady Gorman. He looks up. He has Curry. Curry goes left, off the glass, and rattles home. So Nipmuc's going to put their starters back in. Up 20-9. Coach Goslin giving some of his bench players an opportunity here against Crusaders, but he's going to make sure he gets this game in hand first. That one was off. Good rebound, and Tyler Rainbow comes out of the pack with it, and the Crusaders will set up their offense. Hopefully get some hoops before the starters come back in. Maloney, good drive off the glass, just a little bit too hard. Rattles out. Comes Kelly. That looked like a travel. Deep 3 from Kelly off the front of the rim. Gorman's got to watch out. He had Curry, but just too high for Ethan Curry to grab that. Another turnover, and that also gives this wave of the Nipmuc Warriors to come back out. So Consigli will get the offense set up. They have Chase Kelly, number 1, back out there too. McKinney, and of course, there is the big all-conference player for sure this year. And he gets that one to fall. He'll go to the free throw line to try to complete the old-fashioned 3-point play. That's going to be the first personal foul on Tyler Rainbow. First team foul here in the second quarter. McKinney completes the three-point play. It's 23-9. So once again, that press is on. Crusaders, I was about to say, have done an okay job breaking it, but I would have jinxed it. And so even Consigli is able to get the fruit of that turnover. 25-9, just over 6 minutes to play second quarter. Coach Badgerman with the second time out of the game. Pretty good crowd here tonight for the Crusaders. But of course, I think a lot of the Nipmuc parents are here too. Again, they have a good team, 4-1. I think it's going to be them and Hopedale. Usually Sutton's up there, but Sutton a little down the last couple of years, and Nipmuc beat them very handily. They beat Sutton on Friday night. What was that? 66-41. So, and Hopedale beat this Crusader team on Friday night 67-20. So that was rough. So the hope is this one will be a little bit better. But again, it's the scoring. They only had 5 points in the first half against Hopedale. They have 9 at least so far, but it'd be nice to, the biggest thing is break that press for the Crusaders. If they can break the press, set up their offense, it actually look pretty good. They've missed some good looks, but they have some good shooters, these young guys. Tyler Rainbow can shoot. Ethan Curry can shoot. Brady Gorman, of course, is a senior, but he shoots. Maloney, big three. So every single play here on offense is good confidence building for some of these young guys. We gotta be careful about getting those passes taken away. Maloney fights for it. Kenny's able to get it, but great pass. I thought he was going to throw that away. He was able to complete it. Now McKinney gets it back off the glass. No good. Tooley gets the rebound. Micah Dieters has to pretty much stay the rest of this half. Gorman, probably not a wise decision, but Rainbow's able to get the steal. Rainbow fires. I think that's a long two, no good. Banstra, number 3, gets it. Now over to Chase Kelly. Kelly always looking for his shot. There goes Kelly. Crusaders stay in that zone. McKinney with the rebound. 2 more for James McKinney. Having DeMarzo and McKinney down low for Nipmuc is tough without Micah Dieters or Gabe Dieters in the game. Rainbow goes around McKinney, good shield. Maloney wide open for 3, swish! Maloney drills it, 27-9. That's now 2 threes. Actually, it's 27-12. They just didn't put it up yet. There it is. 2 threes, so half the points for Maloney. Kelly up fakes Rainbow, then he just switches over to the corner. Step back, no good. Too tough down low. McKinney's just camped out. There's not much Crusaders can do without Micah. Those 3 fouls really hurt. 29-12. Good press break. Maloney again's gonna fire. He gets fouled. Oh! Eamon Maloney is feeling it as he just made his second 3. Fired that one up, got fouled, and I don't know. You tell me, was that 3/4 of the way down before it came back out? I don't even know how gravity works sometimes. So Maloney will get 3 free throws. They got Chase Kelly on that. That's his first. That's Chase Kelly's first personal foul. First team foul for Nipmuc here in the second quarter. So no one, not really in the trouble for the bonus yet for either team. Only 1 team foul for both. Maloney makes first 2. He has 1 more because he was fouled shooting from beyond the arc. Ooh, that one could have been a violation. They don't call it. So 29-15. 14-point lead. The zone is doing pretty good if you can just keep McKinney off the boards. This is going to be tough to do. McKinney McKinney misses that one. Curry grabs it. Tooley now has it. Not the best ball handler, but he gets it done. Gets it to Gorman. They got to find Maloney. He's the hot hand, but Rainbow flip shot, no good. See who ends up with it. Oh, okay. Tooley's not arguing. Thought McKinney might have thrown that out, but it must have hit off Joey's hand. Coach Badgema's asking that very question right now. So just about 3:40 left, first half. Crusaders maintaining competitiveness in this game, which is good. Almost a steal by Maloney. Got a hit on it now. Curry does. Oh, it looked like they were pulling his arm. Oh man, they had Ethan Curry had his arm pulled and he wasn't able to. Oh man, right in front of the bench too. And then add insult to injury, they get Gorman for his third personal. Man, tough one out there. So now Gorman has 3. McKinney goes to work. It's just tough right now with Micah Dieters on the bench. If he can just keep it within hailing distance and get Micah back in next half, maybe he can put a body on McKinney. Rainbow had a wide open lane. McKinney swipes it out of there. But the ball's going to maintain here for the Crusaders. Crusaders going right to left. They have the white uniforms. Nipmuc in black with green trim, white lettering. Bounce to Curry now. Rainbow, they got to set something up here. Rainbow has it. He's going to, they want to get it to Maloney. He somehow does. Maloney feeling it. He's on fire. They got to just keep getting him the ball. They got to feed that beast. 31-17. Chase Kelly now. That's going to be Consigli way off, but just got to track down those rebounds with the Crusaders because now easy look. Oh, man. McKinney had an easy look, missed it, but got his own rebound. And they're going to only be the first on Ethan Curry. 3 team fouls now with 2:39 left. So that might come into play. A couple more team fouls, and the Crusaders will be in the bonus. Boy, I really can hear those mics they set up on the rims. And the ball bouncing. You got microphones all over this gym. It's a professional what's the word I'm looking for? Everyone's professional but me. McKinney makes the free throws, 32-17. Back in the press, it's another thing that hurts. Rainbow, you can, I don't know, he's going to travel. Yeah. Rainbow could have just dribbled it himself, but I get what he's doing there. That's the play, but Tooley's not the most confident ball handler. He's used to being down low. Michael Dieters, if he were out there, would have been a little bit more confident to dribble that, but just got to take their time on the press break. It's the biggest thing. Don't force the pass. Chase Kelly from the corner just rims out, but there's McKinney again, but he can't get it to go. McKinney's a little off, even though he has plenty of points. Rainbow looks like they got a foul from behind. We're going to get Alex Bandstra, number 3 on that. Only 2 team fouls, so Brady Gorman will, as Coach Badgema calls out, inbounds play 3, whatever that is. See what most likely is to try to get Eamon Maloney a shot. That's what I would be doing. I mean, the last one, it looked like he shot it from off his heels, off balance, and it was swish, so he's feeling it. Rainbow gets it instead. Great call from the sidelines from Coach Badgema. And Rainbow gets it to fall, so it's 32-19. Once again, staying in this, only down 13. Just over 2 to play. Really looking for McKinney. Oh, man. Ball knocked out. I feel like these refs cannot give us even a little break. 27 on the shot clock, so plenty to go. Another foul called as DeMarzo.
2 shots, guys. We got 2 this time. 2 this time.
Actually, if you're looking at the bigs, even though McKinney's been a beast on the boards, He's a foot taller than everyone else on the court right now. DeMarzo's maybe been the harder challenge. Maybe because they've been keying so much on McKinney. So DeMarzo has 2. That one's going to be short. Maloney blocks out the shooter, which sometimes you forget to do, but it's fundamental basketball. Ends up with a rebound. Maloney almost loses it. Gorman wants to fire. No good. Here's a situation with inexperience. I mean, you got a player like Eamon Maloney who's on a heater. You got to try to find him. Chase Kelly, you know he wants to shoot that, but he chooses not to. DeMarzo, another great drive. Oh, wow. Puts it up on his head. 35-19, 133 left. Here comes the press again. And it's stolen in there, and that's going to be Mason Kirkpatrick, number 13, who ends up getting the fruit of that steal. It was Consigli who got the steal. First foul that time on Logan DeMarzo, so 3 team fouls, so 2 more and they're in a bonus. Maloney now is at the hot hand, gets the Rainbow right in McKinney's face. McKinney almost blocked it, but somehow Rainbow threw up a Rainbow and drilled it. 37-21. McKinney that time trying, or that's not McKinney, but man, another offensive board. It's just been, if it weren't for offensive rebounds, Crusaders have actually stayed in hailing distance in this game. It's 39-21. Rainbow has Gorman, sets, almost a little bit too much time. Oh, that's, Gorman almost got another foul. He's lucky. Logan DeMarzo went in to try to dunk it, but he picked up a foul instead. The bench is ready to explode. They kind of did. It's 2 on Curry, but the mistake there, Brady Gorman was frustrated because he missed his shot, so he went for the steal, and he actually probably fouled DeMarzo, which he cannot pick up. But because his momentum took him towards the Crusader hoop, gave DeMarzo an open lane to try to go in and jam it, but that gives Nipmuc a 20-point lead, 27 seconds left in the half. Curry in the corner gets nothing. That's going to give, they could have set up the last shot. Down 20 and only needed it, but it does give Nipmuc the opportunity here to pile onto this 20-point lead with 10 seconds left. They're going to go to McKinney. Wow, Chase Kelly, you know he wants it. DeMarzo again. Logan DeMarzo has just been destroying the Crusaders in this first half. DeMarzo and McKinney have pretty much all of the points. Chase Kelly had a 3 earlier. So that's going to do it for the first half. 43-21 as the teams go into the locker room. So what went right and what went wrong in that first half? So as we said off the top, this was not expected to be a victory by any means for the Crusaders. It's really just a learning experience. And so what went wrong big time was the foul trouble, especially from Micah Dieter. So Micah, with Gabe being out, is sort of their only big who can even have a chance against James McKinney and Logan DeMarzo down low. And so, man, he's Micah actually is doing a pretty good job. I thought he got at least one cheap one called, but he ended up with 3 personal in the first quarter, so didn't play the rest of the first half. Coach Badgel went to a zone, which I liked. The problem is they struggled with rebounding. So what went wrong was foul trouble because Micah got into foul trouble. they let up a ton of offensive rebounds. James McKinney and DeMarzo. That just really killed them. I mean, what went right was a lot of these guys, you know, Eamon Maloney hitting some shots, Tyler Rainbow playing pretty well. All of them playing pretty well on the offensive end. I've seen some games, even some previous Crusader teams with a lot more experience, turn the ball over like a nightmare. But Crusaders, once they had it on the offensive end, they really played pretty well. So if it weren't for the offensive rebounds for Nipmuc and the press break, the turnovers in their own end against the full court press of the Nipmuc gave Nipmuc way too many easy hoops. I know those are two big ifs, but if you were even just average in the press break and average rebounding, the Crusaders would, you know, be within 10 or under. Instead, it's 43-21, so they are big ifs. But one of my worries coming into this game without Gabe Dieters against a really tough experience. I mean, it's all seniors that are playing for Nipmuc, and seniors who have, you know, some of these guys I recognize. I've been calling them for the last few years, so they've had minutes on this varsity team for a few years. So I was worried coming in that this could be an incredibly disheartening game where the Crusaders just absolutely get crushed. And I mean, that could still happen. They're down 43-21, but because you can go quickly from it being a real learning experience for some of these young guys to a bad experience and a confidence crushing if you feel like you can't even get the ball over half court, you can't even get a shot off. But I feel like some of these guys at the Crusaders got some good, really good experience. So Nipmuc will, assuming they do get this victory, that'll take them to 5-1, 2-0 in conference play here in the Dual Valley Conference. And you know, as I said off the top, Hopedale and Nipmuc will be. Those will be some good games. Patrick Madden for Hopedale, clearly an all-league player this year, and DeMarzo and McKinney for Nipmuc. You can see with Nipmuc, it's McKinney, DeMarzo, and Chase Kelly. Those have been their leading scorers this year, and that's been the case tonight. Chase Kelly has missed a few looks, but he's also hit a couple, but it's been DeMarzo and McKinney. I don't have the numbers, but I'm guessing DeMarzo's the leading scorer between him and James McKinney. So once again with the Crusaders, they have out there with Brady Gorman being the only senior, and then of course Joey Tatuli has gotten minutes with Dieters, with Micah Dieters being on the bench with foul trouble, so he's a senior as well. Mason Barnett will be back. That'll help them. He hasn't been able to play here at the start of the season, but he'll be back. I think he's got one more game he can't play. And then not sure about Dylan McAllister. He hurt his knee in soccer, so if he does come back, it'll be pretty late season. They miss him out there. He'd be a senior captain, ball handler. But other than that, what you're seeing is Ethan Curry, Tyler Rainbow, Eamon Maloney, and when Gabe Dieters plays, and Connor Kitchen, who hasn't gotten minutes yet, those are all sophomores. So they'll be with Coach Badgerman for 2 more years, especially around Gabe Dieters. So Gabe was a starter last year as a freshman. And so it's just every single rep on varsity minutes. It's hard to say when you're a parent or you're, you know, just watching these games. It's hard to describe the difference between a JV level and a varsity level. Even at this level, which is not, you know, D1 or anything. Of course, Nipmuc's D3. But it's just hard to describe the difference in the speed and the strength and all of that. So you see these presses that just aren't nearly as good on the JV level. So a lot of these guys had big minutes in the JV team last year, but now on varsity. And so every single game, even if you get, you know, badly manhandled by a much tougher, experienced opponent like Nipmuc, it just helps. Next year, you're just not going to have those nerves. You're going to have those reps. You just don't have to think about what you're doing as much. You already instinctively know. So that's the silver lining for some of these guys, for sure. Obviously, getting Gabe back at some point here soon would be ideal, because he's just sort of like, as Gabe Dieters goes, the Crusaders are going to go. And you see, like, same with Hopedale, this Nipmuc team, they have some young guys on the bench, but they don't look particularly. I mean, most of their guys, you know, Chase Kelly, and Sigley's a junior, he'll be back. Kelly, Banstra, McKinney, and DeMarzo, all seniors. So Crusaders will have an opportunity next year, depending on what they have in the JV level, but will have an opportunity to really switch their fortunes in a Dual Valley Conference. So, and I know that's a long ways away, but for anyone who's watching thinking, oh, this Crusader team is kind of weak, they were all seniors, I'd agree with you, but because they're so young, that's the ticket. The big challenge for Coach Badgema and his assistants this season is going to be keeping them engaged and not disheartened or, you know, overly frustrated, because then you don't work on your game. You just got to keep them, find ways for them to stay in the game and keep it competitive. And whether that's, hey, let's win the third quarter, or let's, you know, when eventually here Nipmuc's going to go to their bench, let's beat them, you know, let's find ways to stay competitive, because it's the only way you're going to improve. Yeah, the teams are out of the locker room now. Start the third quarter, just about 2 minutes. We'll see if, big question, I'm guessing Coach Brady Badgema will insert Micah Dieters back in with the 3 early fouls. Mike is still on the bench, though. So I wonder if he's going to hold him off, but I say why not? Put him out there, see if you can get a little run here early second or early third quarter. Never know. Buzzer sounds, and last minute instructions for both Coach Badgema and Coach Gosselin over on the Nipmuc sidelines. Well, the refereeing in this game has not been terrible, but there's been definitely some moments where it certainly hasn't impacted the score. But there was one big moment there where Ethan Curry had gotten steal, it looked like anyway, and was heading for the, you know, and the momentum had to kind of shifted a little bit, and it was clear. The refs must have been shielded, but I could see from my vantage point that a Nipmuc player grabbed Curry's arm and held him back. And then they get Brady Gorman for his 3rd foul, like right after that. That was a tough miss by the Zebras. It looks like Nipmuc's going to start their normal starters. Kelly and Banstruck and Sigley, McKinney and DeMarzo. See if the Crusaders go back to Mike and Dieters. They do, so Mike is back in with his 3 fouls. Brady Gorman, I also believe, has 3. So now on your screen is Crusaders are going left to right. They're in the white uniforms, Nipmuc black uniforms, green trim. They're right to left on your screen. So Gorman's going to take it out. He's going to find Maloney. Now, Eamon Maloney really heated up, which was impressive because he threw a pretty bad air ball. And a lot of times a young player just gets gunshot, but right after that, drilled a 3, and then got fouled at 3, so he's been their leading scorer. Gorman never afraid to shoot from 3. Ribs out. Kelly tracks it down and is able to push it to McKinney. Now Chase Kelly gets it back. You know Chase wants to get his points going. So even with Mike out, they're going to stay in that little zone where they have somebody bodying McKinney at all times, but that gives DeMarzo the opportunity. Kelly wide open from the corner. Shot it a little bit off. Dieters was able to track down the rebound. Maloney, why not? Heat check. A little short from Eamon Maloney. Kelly goes left. Almost goes all the way out of bounds with it. Sigley couldn't make it, but they tracked down another offensive rebound. DeMarzo just off. Rainbow collects it. 43-21 here, just getting going. Micah almost loose. Ooh. I don't think he traveled on that at all. It was clumsy, but he kept his pivot foot. So here come the Nipmuc Warriors up 43-21. You know Coach Gosselin just wants them to get some points because then he can get his bench in. Get some experience for the younger guys. DeMarzo again for 3. It looks like they're going to get McKinney shoving, a little push off. McKinney's going to have a little bit more of a test on those rebounds with Dieters back in. Made a lot of hay in that first half. He's just like a foot taller than everybody on the Crusaders when the Dieters aren't out there. Press again. He's really struggling. Brady Gorman ends up. They really got to give Brady. Made poor Brady kind of out alone on an island on that. You got to move to the ball. They really struggled with that press most of the game. Down low to McKinney. Well done by Dieters, not fouling him, but still bodying him up and being a defender. Chase Kelly has it back. There's 18 seconds on the shot clock. Oh. Kelly was going to try to find McKinney down low, but a timeout was called before that could happen by Nipmuc. So first timeout called of the game for Coach Gosselin. More words for referee by Coach Badgema. I think he's asking him about Micah Dieters' travel. I can understand why the ref might have thought that, because Micah kind of came to a jump stop and it was a little clear. He was a little, as I said, clumsy on that one, but it looked like he kept his pivot foot, which is all he needs to do to not travel. And if I'm a referee, I'm kind of like, all right, it's 43-21. I mean, I don't need to be calling that, but I'm not a referee for very good reason. I love the game of basketball, but refereeing basketball, no way. You're almost always wrong. It's so difficult. So, possession arrow is with the Crusaders. 5:55 left, third quarter. So, now possession arrow, I should say, is with Nipmuc. Nipmuc has the ball. 17 seconds on the shot clock. Clearly a play drawn up for Chase Kelly. Kelly finally drills one. He gets that one to go from the corner to keep this press on. 46-21. Rainbow thought he had Maloney on the sideline, but just threw it a little too hard and wide, and Maloney wasn't able to collect it, so another turnover. 46-21. Still in a 2-3 zone. They go down to McKinney. Not much Dieters can do. McKinney just slaps it back up and gets 2 more. Looks like Nipmuc has picked up the intensity here in the second half. I don't think, as Dieters fires. Front rim, no good. McKinney gets the board over to Consigli. Consigli goes all the way. Kept waiting for Consigli to pass it off, and he didn't. Gets it to go. So I do think they were, Coach Gosselin was probably not real happy with them, because like me, I thought they could have dominated the first half a lot more than they did, but they've come out in the second half, and I think he wants the starters out by the fourth quarter. 50-21. McKinney, I mean, you can call that a dunk, but not overly impressive dunk, but he was able to get his fingers above the cylinder. So McKinney with another 2, now the leading scorer for sure. DeMarzo, I think, had him in the first half, and McKinney's come out firing. 52-21, another timeout here, Coach Badgema. One of the things he's got to sort out is this press break. I would assume eventually Nipmuc would probably take that off. And I could see being a little frustrated down 52-21 and having a press on. But if I'm Coach Badgema, I don't mind it because, again, it's all learning. So I'm actually totally fine with them having, you know, with Nipmuc continue to press, continue to do what they're doing, because otherwise it's not going to be as good of a learning experience. So there's 4:34 left, only in the third quarter. And it's a 31-point lead. Staying with his starters, my guess is Coach Gosselin is going to try to play out most of the third quarter and then maybe go to his bench after that. Gorman tries to get it to Curry. Chase Kelly was able to get in. So the Crusaders go on offense. Haven't seen them really on the offensive end too much here. There's Dieters, tries to go with a little baby hook, no good. Little 2-3 zone. Dieters trying to keep McKinney from getting that ball. They're trying to get down to him, and they do. McKinney off the glass. Really going to work here in the second half. You could tell they were really keying on that. They're like, why? Oh, like, what are we doing? No point in really doing much else. Gonna get another foul on Chase Kelly. That'll be the second on Chase. 2 team fouls. Eamon Maloney will bring it up. Had a great offensive first half. Once again, they really haven't been able to get their offensive going. Micah been trying. Eamon doesn't know where to go with the ball, but he gets back off Ethan Curry. There's still 17 on the shot clock. Micah wheels off the glass. No good. Gets his own rebound. Looked like it was held. Puts it in. Great follow by Micah Dieters. 54-23. 3:16 left. Third quarter. Kelly again. Another wide open 3. No good. Curry with the rebound. Gorman goes baseline. Oh, thought he had Maloney, but he gets it stolen. And there goes a dunk. That's a pretty legit dunk from Logan DeMarzo. 56-23. Maloney, a little out of his range there. Tully will check back in here for the Crusaders. 56-23, 2.5 left. Looks like McKinney just couldn't handle that pass. So Joey Tutuli will come in for Tyler Rainbow. Give Rainbow, I think, his first break of the night from with the foul trouble with Micah and with Gabe being out. Not a lot of opportunity to go to his bench. Corman, I don't know what happened there. Wasn't able to get it to go, so just about 2 minutes left in this third quarter. Coach Gosselin's getting a warning. Didn't like that play at the top of the key in the Crusaders' last offensive trip, where two guys got pushed over. I didn't really see how that happened, but clearly Coach Gosselin did not thought it was a foul on the Crusaders. Up 56-23. Probably doesn't need to press it as hard as he is, but hey. Well, McKinney really going to work here and dominating. That's going to be the first on Tatuli. Nipmuc just under 2. Almost stolen by Brady Gorman. Chase Kelly gets it back to McKinney. They're going to get it McKinney again with a push off. Probably not completely necessary for McKinney to do that. He's got the height advantage. Good drive by Dieters to Curry, no good. Offensive shooting is kind of going a little cold here in the second half. These guys got to stay confident. Yeah, it's Tatuli. You can't hook him there. He's working hard, giving up a lot of height when he's up against McKinney. So we kind of hooked him there, just try to reach around and steal, but right in front of the ref's eyes. Ooh, good steal by Curry, and Maloney was almost, oh, he's able to get it. Oh, and he had Curry, but he got a great play. The steal by Banstra. Back down to McKinney, same play. Foul, and the 2 for James McKinney, 58-23. My guess here is they're playing through the third quarter as hard as they can, and then we'll go to the bench at some point in the fourth, being up this many points. That's going to be short. Well, they get a violation on Brady Gorman. I think the rest of the team forgot that it was only 1 free throw. It's almost good that Brady did have a violation there, because I think McKinney was going to get his own rebound. He's able to make that one. So it's 59-23. They take the press off at least. And so Whitensville Christian will go to work. Not much offense to speak of here for Whitensville, as Nipmuc will go to their bench. Good little fake and shot by Maloney. Just couldn't get it to fall. So down to McKinney. Man, they just keep punishing. Oh, is that? I'm guessing that's his 1,000th point. That's my guess. That's why they kept feeding him. So I'm not completely sure, but I'm guessing that is James McKinney's 1,000th point of his career. That's going to be 4 fouls, by the way. Well, that's why you need a statistician. I was wondering.
Timeout. We would like to take a moment to recognize the accomplishment of James McKinney of Nipmuc for scoring his 1,000th points as a high school basketball player. His coach will also recognize him with a commemorative from Mountain Special.
So they're going to see James McKinney and his parents. And his coach. They're going to give him the game ball. Some photographs here. Yeah, so I was wondering why they were pretty intent on punishing Crusaders by going down low to McKinney. And if I knew he was that close to 1,000, I would have understood more. So I get it. So now he'll come out of the game. He just wanted to get that done early. Boy, he still has quite a few games here to rise up on the Nipmuc charts. It's only the sixth game of the season, so I have, another 20-something games. The way he's scoring, he could end up with 1,500. I mean, he's averaging somewhere in the 20s. So if he plays another 20 games, it's another 400 points that James McKinney could get. So the Nipmuc Warriors are going to definitely go to their bench. I'll be trying to track these new guys now, the numbers. They played a little bit in the first half. It'll be a good opportunity for Crusaders to play competition a little bit closer to them right now. Maybe get some opportunity. So, actually, I was wrong. I told you Micah Dieters had 4 fouls. That was, I think, Brady Gorman. Somebody has 4 fouls. I think it's Brady, but I was caught up with 1,000 points. So 14 fouls on Whitesville. 3 team fouls shouldn't be too much of a factor. Might come into play. 1 more team foul for Whitesville. Grady O'Neill misses that. Grady O'Neill was able to get some points there in that little run that he had in the second quarter. Ball will stay with Nipmuc. Great shot by Colton Kelly. Drills it, 64-23. Shot clock is off. Rainbow's gonna fire, no good. Good battle by Tatuli, but he can't get it. It was picked up in there by Jack Harvey. So Nipmuc will go back to work. Once again, shot clock not in play here. Crusaders don't want to get a cheap foul. Send him to the line. Another 3, that one by Mason Kirkpatrick. Ball's on the floor, 2-1. They jump it up. That's actually a good play for the Crusaders because they were able to tie that up and sort of a wasted possession arrow. Not that Nipmuc's too worried about it, but that'll mean the Crusaders will get the ball to start the 4th quarter. Oh my goodness, what a play. O'Neill, I was completely wrong. 0.5, I didn't think they could possibly, but they got a great inbounds look. And Grady O'Neill, he can score the basketball, number 11 for Nipmuc. O'Neill is a junior, so they'll be relying heavily on him next year, along with Mason Kirkpatrick. Trying to see Consigli, who starts, number 5. He's a junior, so they'll have a few guys. Colton Kelly, who hit that big 3, is a junior, so that'll probably be their future next year. But definitely going to miss guys like Chase Kelly and McKinney and DeMarzo. All right, so we're at the end of 3. The first half, pretty competitive till about the last 3 minutes. I was kind of surprised at how much the Crusaders were in the game, and then kind of ended the half poorly. And then, boy, the Nipmuc really got themselves refocused in the locker room at halftime. And you could tell they were really just feeding James McKinney because McKinney was going for his 1,000th point, which he was able to get. And it should have been the game plan all along. McKinney really about a foot taller than almost anybody on the Crusaders team, so it was tough. I mean, Dieters and Tatuli and some of these other guys, they tried hard to keep him out of the paint, but that was only able to go so long until McKinney was starting to make all kinds of hay. He got his 1,000th points, so congrats to him. It's a lot of hard work. It's not an easy thing to do, to score 1,000 points. Maloney almost gets it stolen, gets it back, and they're going to get the first team foul of the fourth quarter on Nipmuc. Let's see who they got on that. Colton Kelly pick up his first. New shot clock, sideline, Brady Gorman. Good move. Maloney. A little too hard off the glass. No good. Nipmuc will set up an offense again. Brad's going to check into the game for Coach Badgema. He's going to take Joey out. Good little pass down low. That's Kirkpatrick. Great pass by Colton Kelly. Found Kirkpatrick right underneath the hoop. So even though it's the bench players, Nipmuc is continuing to pour it on here in the fourth quarter. Minute gone by, fourth quarter. Maloney gets it stolen, but he ends up back off the glass and rims out. Nothing able to fall here in the fourth quarter in the second half, really, for the Crusaders. They were able to get some offense going in the first half, but this one, a different story here in the second half. Kelly misses that one. That's a travel, I believe. He can't be flopping around on the ball, on the court with the ball, but good hustle by Ben Graves down there, the big guy off the bench for Nipmuc. So the Crusaders Wednesday night will go to, I think they're going to BMR. I can check that one for you. That'll be a road game. Girls will be home. Girls are at 5 p.m. So go and check that one out. Brad with the three. Cold off the bench, but hey, I don't blame him. Get in there and fire it up. Good pass. Ben Graves puts it in. He's going to get a chance to go to the line for a three-point play. It'll be 2 on Tyler Rainbow. Yeah, so they Wednesday night, the Crusaders will go to BMR. As Graves was able to complete the three-point play, he's going to come out of the game. And timeout is called, but just under 6 left in this one, 71-23. So, what was a closer contest in the first half, which I was a little surprised by. It turned into an absolute blowout in the second half. So the Crusader boys will go to Blackstone Valley Regional Tech, so out of league conference on Wednesday, and then they will be home on Friday against BMR. That we will have for you Friday night. If you can't make it to the gym and you want to live stream it, we will have that for you. So again, I talked a little bit about halftime. One of the huge challenges for a coach, Brady Badgema, in this one, when he has guys really outmanned, frustrated right now, is finding a way to make sure these are important minutes. Don't hang your head. Keep fighting, keep running your offense, because every play can be a learning experience and a valuable experience for each of these guys. clearly undermanned. I mean, they would have been undermanned even without their star player, Gabe Dieters. Ethan Curry, I don't think he's gotten a shot off here in the second half. He goes left. Wasn't able to get the shot that he wanted, and Nipmuc will get it back. Nipmuc running their offense against this zone. It's Harvey. Dominguez in off the bench. He's going to get it to Kelly. Shot clock going down. Great pass. James Antonio gets the feed from Kelly. Is able to get to the line for a three-point play just into the game. You got to love that for a sophomore, James Antonio. Free throw no good. Good rebound. Dieters with a drive. Kind of flipped it up. Should have went glass on that. Just under 5 to play, fourth quarter. Kelly's been a great ball distributor out there. Almost found Antonio again, but just went off Antonio's hand out of bounds. So the ball back to Waynesville. So Maloney will take it up and run the offense. This has been a good experience for Aiden Maloney, as he's had to really handle the ball a lot. Curry looking to get his offense going. So foul called on Nipmuc, but it's going to be a sideline play underneath the hoop. Rainbow. That's the first one on Dominguez. Maloney for three. Oh, in, out, and back in again. Aiden Maloney's been a bright spot of this game for sure. Gets his first three to go of the second half. Some double figures. Nipmuc throws it away. Looks like it's going to stay Nipmuc basketball. Plenty on the shot clock still. Just over 4 left. See if Maloney can get this team a little more enthusiastic. Antonio again, a good pass by Kelly. Colton Kelly's a good little guard. He's going to definitely get big minutes next year. Got to try to find Maloney. Dieters now. Dieters going to go to work in the paint. Good shot. Just didn't fall for him. The last couple of shots for Dieters have been a little out of control. That one controlled, made his move. Gotta love it. Just didn't fall for him. Colton Kelly is a junior, number 12, is running this offense for the bench unit. Doesn't get it in, but it's Pablo gets the board for Nipmuc. O'Neal gets that one to fall. He could shoot it. Definitely him and Colton Kelly, we saw in earlier, will be getting big minutes for this team next year. So another timeout by Coach Badula. Down 50. It's rough. 76-26. It was only a 21, I think, 21-point halftime lead. And actually, for a lot of that first half, the Crusaders stayed with it around 15, which I thought was a big accomplishment given how undermanned they are. But then second half all switched kind of more like we were expecting. So Coach Badgerman with just over 3 to play. Trying to get his guys, again, not to give in, don't give up, continue to work hard, play defense. Try to find Eamon Maloney. Sometimes at this level, they need to realize if you get someone who's hot, you gotta feed them. You gotta find a way to get them the ball, especially when you're searching for offense. There's Maloney, pick up the ball up, looks for Dieters. Dieters is gonna go all the way. Good drive by Micah Dieters, off the glass and in. Again, he's a good scorer. De Silva now in. He's not able to make it. He passed it over to Kirkpatrick, who makes the layup. 78-28. Maloney tries to get in there and gets it just knocked away. His ball will stay. Crusaders, 28 seconds still on the shot clock, so that won't be a problem. Looks like Maloney had a lane, but he has one now. Off the glass and in. Great game by Eamon Maloney. Good pass by Tyler Rainbow. 78-30. Pablo Dominguez from the corner pocket. 81-30. Dieter's going to try to go to work again. Oh, he's going to look out. Maloney, why not? No good. Good track down rebound, but Micah, looks like we got a tie-up situation. That will be a possession arrow for the Crusaders. Colton Cowley's going to come back in. Only 18 seconds on the shot clock, so Crusaders have to be aware of that. They don't have a new shot clock. Curry gets to Maloney. 10 seconds left. Rainbow will fire. And almost banked in. Maloney with a good rebound. No good. Aiden Maloney off the glass. Tremendous game offensively for Aiden Maloney. It's going to be a big confidence boost for the sophomore. Just over a minute left to play in this one. Nipmuc will now go to 5-1, and the Crusaders will go to 0-4. Good defensive play there by Ethan Curry. Get the Rainbow. Rainbow's going to take a little Euro. Left-hander goes by Tyler Rainbow, and he's going to get to the line. At least you get the deficit under 50. So more to it after that timeout. Coach Badgerman has to be happy. The team really responded, didn't hang their heads, and has scored the ball, played a little bit better defensively. That time they let Ethan De Silva get the lane. De Silva puts it in, so 40 seconds left. Good pass. Rainbow, up fake. Rainbow, lefty, fall away, just rattles out. So 30 seconds left in this one. Nipmuc with a very comfortable win. Big moment earlier, if you missed it. James McKinney scored his 1,000th point. It'll be interesting to see, as I said then, what is it? Total will be for a career by the end of the season. He's got a good, including tournament, he could have another 25 games, and he's averaging over 20. So he could get up to 1,500 as long as he stays healthy. I certainly hope he does. He's a great player. that's going to be it. They dribble it out. Final score here, Whitensville Christian, is Nipmuc Warriors with a big-time 83-35 win. We'll see you in the live stream next Friday night. In the meantime, Wednesday, the Crusaders will go on the road to play BVT. The Beavers will be hosting them for that one if you want to go see it. In the meantime, we'll see you next time. God bless everybody.
Offensive.